Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekend, the show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. Hope everyone's keeping great out there and I hope you've had a fantastic Easter up to now. Well, it's Easter tomorrow, isn't it? And Monday. And I know many stores don't treat Easter Monday now as a bank holiday. They just have to go in and work normal time and I think, yeah, totally a disgrace, to be honest. Same as ourselves, support workers. Work right the way through COVID, Christmas, Easter, summer holidays if you can. There's no letting up, is there, because you can't let up. And it's 24/7. And this is probably just like the firemen, like the fire service, the ambulance, doctors, hospitals. Yeah, unfortunately, these are much needed, I suppose. But look after your staff, because they're killing themselves, to be honest, when they're working non-stop and not getting any breaks with the family. Anyway, enough said. Let's just hope you've had loads and loads, but you haven't, have you yet? Because it's Easter tomorrow and you're going to crack those eggs before your Sunday lunch. And you know what? We can't wait. We've been invited to my sons and daughters-in-laws there for a nice Easter dinner. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the family bit of a get-together on Good Friday because unfortunately I was stuck in work, as they say. But we're making up for it tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. And I know what the kids are going to be like. Grandad, have some of that. Easter eggs, Easter eggs, Easter eggs. Because it's an excuse for them to open them, see. That's what it's all about. So we can have loads of chocolate. But I'm going to refuse, have to refuse. Unfortunately, we've been eating Easter eggs right the way through before Easter, so yeah, just enjoy your Easter eggs, but look after your mums and your dads who will give you loads of Easter eggs. And now, not just Easter eggs, is it load the clothing? That's what it is now. Easter eggs are out the window for the teenagers. I don't want an Easter egg. I want a pair of trainees for £250. That's what it's all about now, unfortunately, isn't it? Anyway, grassroots football, if you've been at tournaments, if you've been in a league, whatever you may be doing in playing football friendlies, cups, REFspect, please adhere to all the REFspect and look after your referee. Go for our DXTL ref plan. We need your support. Honestly, we really do. We need to keep the referees within the game, and we also need to keep the kids playing. Because people are asking me, why are you protecting referees? Because they're always giving bad decisions. They're always knocking us out the cups. It's their decisions that loses games. You hear that week in, week out, don't you? And it's not. Unfortunately, it's not. Because those referees, unfortunately, are not biased towards your team. But you know what? If I was in the middle doing a game and I was getting stick for blowing the whistle, giving free kicks, deep down in their minds I'd be saying, wow, they get nothing. I'm not saying you would because you're impartial, but just imagine that referee is on their own and they're taking stick, but they can give it back. They're actually in a position to give it back, aren't they? They have the whistle, they have the power, they have the cards, you name it. But the majority of those referees will take the stick, and that's the ones who are walking away from the game. And I don't mean the ones who are staying in the game will change their mind and, yeah, I'm making sure there's nothing going for you, mate, give me all this stick. But I'm just saying, if I was in the middle and I was getting that, that's why I'm not a referee, see. But how many would say the same thing from the sidelines? How many would say, do you know what, if I was officiating this, I wouldn't give them a thing because the way they're behaving, accusing the referee of everything anyway. So you may as well give the decisions against the team who's giving you loads of verbal abuse and shouting aggressive behaviour and showing aggressive behaviour towards you. No, it's not on. And all we're trying to say is the majority of these referees look for the armband. They'll have a yellow armband on either sleeve, it doesn't matter, and that's a deterrent. It's basically a deterrent from your county FA. Not all of them will have a yellow. There's different colours throughout county FAs, but it's a deterrent. And what he's trying to say is, a message is that I'm still under 18, I'm still at school. But there's not many that heed those warnings, and they're giving those referees all kinds of stick. And the referee may well make a mistake, but there's no need to give stick for that. There's no need to start calling a referee a cheat and effing and jeffing, basically, at that official. You will upset the majority of kids who are officiating. Now, they're officiating because maybe they want to, maybe they don't want to play football, maybe they want to take up a new role, you know, a new position in, you know, not from the football. They played football. The majority of kids now, I'm seeing them, they're playing football and refereeing, and that's what people scream out for. You never played the game. These kids are playing the game. These are understanding, and they're learning. And they're learning more because they're going to a county FA and they're doing their referee course. They're also playing football as well. So they've got an advantage even over adults because they have done the course. They know more than me. They've been on a course. That's what happens. You pass your course, and that's why they're officiating, because they've passed. They're not going to take every single law of the game into their head. They're changing every year. Have a look at them. But if they're doing small-sided, that doesn't count for the Premier League. It really doesn't. The different rules, different laws, should I say, not rules. There's rules of football, but there's laws of the game. And they are changing. I'm looking forward to that change in the throw-ins in the professional game. That should have been brought in before the end of the season, in my opinion. I've never seen anything like it. And even if it's my own team wasting time, I hate it. Because fans are going there to pay to watch football. Yes, they want to win. But the time they're taking on corners, throw-ins, free kicks, talking, discussing, even the referee will get it wrong sometimes, because you've seen these corners where you're looking in the corners, they're pushing, they're shoving, they're pulling. It's just unreal. How could he be doing that? It's just, when I was coached, the good old days was keep your eye on the ball. Now, if all these players kept their eye on the ball, they wouldn't have to be tugging, pulling, pushing. And I think the referees need to start giving penalties. But there's that many doing it. Where did they give the penalty? Where did they draw the line? So they need to look into that IFAB and make a decision. That has got to stop. Even if it's bookings, even if it's sin bins for pulling and tugging, that would stop them doing it in a corner or at the corner. Imagine a sin bin for 5 minutes for a Premier League play, for all this. They need to do something because it's out of control. It really is. The corners are diabolical. The ball should just come in, bang. If it's a header, it's a header. If you defend it, brilliant. If it's a goal, what is it? Let the goalie come out that they used to do. Let the goalie look for that ball. Let the defenders look for that ball. When that ball swings in, a defender should have the eye on the ball. There you go with the defender. Not the pulling, shoving, running round in circles after the player. It doesn't mean that player's going to win the ball all the time. Because there's about 10 there's 20 players half the time in a penalty area. Who do you keep your eye on? The ball, not the player. So I'm starting to think now, it's about the football, isn't it? Not about the player. Referees, come on, let's do something. Well, IFAB to make a law for all the referees, but they must be lost where to draw the line. They could give a penalty every single corner. But I think, or even a booking, pulling, pushing, every player gets the booking. They do it again, they're sent off. Why? They're not going to pull, they're not going to push. It opens the game up then. It really does, and it makes you talk about time wasting. Let's get rid of that. The pulling, pushing, tripping, whatever it may be, and a handball, arms around your back. Let's all make it, well, I can't wait to see the law changes for next year, but the throwing, yes, the long throw as well with the towel, I detest that. They should not be allowed to use the towel. Just throw the ball. If it slips out your hand, it slips. it's a wet ball. You don't run off all the time and wipe your boots with a cloth, do you? Oh, I'm going to take this free kick, I'll just go and wipe my boots. What's happened then? What's happened if the player's done that? All time wasted. And I've seen something like 46 seconds on a throw-in when they're looking for the towel and they're allowed to do it, and there's no added time. I just don't get it. We need to draw the line somewhere and all this time wasted. But let's go. That's in the Premier League, obviously. But let's go. Can't wait for the law changes. Back to grassroots football, where there's no throw-ins and there's no heading. And there's an April Fool the other day that turned around and says all tackles will be banned in grassroots football. It'll be a non-contact sport. You could read into it, you know. Imagine that. Oh dear me, there wouldn't be a manager in sight. There wouldn't be a league in sight, unfortunately. It'd just end the game completely. Raspberry flavoured tea today I'm on. No, sorry, strawberry flavoured tea. And it's enjoyable, quenches the thirst. Because when you're working non-stop and you're doing your job, you're coming home to do a little bit of painting and what have you, decorating in the podcast room, you're going home to rip the back kitchen out at home, it gets tiring. But I'm out, it wasn't out and about today because another North Liverpool JFL was cancelled, and really I should have gone to Kirby, I should have, but I've been that tired lately, I just can't get out, and I've got to make sure that we look toward this REFspect and we appeal to all the leagues. Thank you very much, by the way, to Liverpool County FA and Adam Baldwin and also Tony Smith, who have agreed to send out all my documentation, the press release, the poster, and anything else that we're going to have, and we're going to let them know about the referee award and anything else that we've got that they could put on the website, who to get in touch with, what to do, where to go. Honestly, I just believe all these leagues should adopt the REFspect campaign. You know, not for the glory for Don't Cross the Line. It's not. Yes, it originated from there, we own it, but it's to do with helping the kids. You know, we were talking before why they're asking me to, why do we support referees? Well, it's because the referees themselves are the targets, and we've explained this a million times. When they blow the whistle, all hell will break loose on the sidelines, or, you know, vice versa, one team, the other team, because they don't agree with the decision that the referee has made. Now, in the middle of all this, as well as the referee, are the kids. So you can imagine all the grown adults there on the sideline. There could be some up to 50 adults all shouting abuse, verbal abuse, showing aggressive behaviour towards a decision, having a right go at the referee. Well, the kids are hearing that, and it's making them into learning about verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour, and you don't want that, and that's how they'll give them the bad attitudes. So referees are there to be respected as well. Now, if you don't shout verbally at a referee, we were talking about giving decisions before, because that referee probably had enough of taking all the aggravation from the sidelines and giving decisions against the team, petty things. Now, that would be a minority. I must admit that'd be me if I was a referee. But you have to respect them, because if you start to shout and scream and give that referee loads, the kids, it's damaging them. Now just imagine the kids suffering or having mental health problems, issues, and that's going to add, that will really add, because you're ruining that child's game and probably wrecking their head, because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear the mums and dads, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, grandparents, anyone from the family members having a go at the referee. It'll change them. It'll make them into probably abusive if they're developing in their skills. We're talking about developing football skills by them playing, and they're in a team and they go coaching. They're developing their skills. So if they're hearing all the time at every game they go to the verbal abuse and aggressive behaviour and the bullying that's going on, that is definitely going to change that child. Their attitude is not going to be very good. We all need to work together, sing off the same song sheet and support REFspect. That is the work that we're doing. That is us supporting the referee, because the kids are getting affected. And the kids, the majority of referees now are kids themselves. They're at school. And what we were saying before, imagine that. Shouting and screaming at a young referee on their own and chasing them away from the game. And you imagine how their mums and dads, if they're watching them, feel. They go to support them. Why would you put sometimes your child in the middle and think, why am I putting my child into the lion's den? They'll start thinking and start having a talk and saying, look, we don't want you to referee, officiate anymore, you shouldn't be getting that stick. You're there to watch a game and enjoy a game and deliver the laws of the game. That's what it is. You're teaching the kids the laws of the game as well. You've done your course brilliantly. You've passed. Respect that. And others will start respecting you. But that's what we're out and about for. We're on the sidelines and we're backing all the county FAs with all these fines and all these bans. It's early days yet. They'll get worse. Because you've got to do something. You've got to have some sort of deterrent. It's no good people getting on the high horse and saying, is that all they're given? You don't protect referees. And these are big organisations as well. You have to respect, there's got to be a start to getting there. And okay, it's just on a poster, but it's fact. And I bet you there's a lot of cases that those officials in your county FAs cannot discuss because they're so bad. And I wouldn't hear them either. I bet you a safeguarding instance in grassroots football, you know, it'd turn your head probably to hear of such things. It's scary, it really is. So we want Irate parents and spectators to basically stay away from the game. Do yourself a favour. Keep away from the game and support your child that way. Support the referee that way. You know you're irate. You know you're going to cause a problem if you go to watch your child play football. Give it to another responsible adult to make sure that they deliver your child's safety into grassroots football. Your grandparents, have a talk to them. Your auntie. I've been involved and I've heard grandparents about the son and saying how bad he is and it's no good for the player on the field of play. And I've taken action myself. When I was running the teams, honestly, I withdrew parents, I took them away from that. I literally banned parents. And you have to take action as a coach, as a manager, because you've got to protect the children. You have to. You have to protect all children on that field of play. You have to safeguard yourself. It's no good for any child to get verbally abused when they're out playing sports, something that they need to enjoy, something that they need to have fun with. And it's so serious sometimes. I watch teams all the time and it's win at all costs. The glory, that's all it's about, not about all the other kids having a little go and enjoying it and just saying, wow, what a game that is. Kids, that's what I love to watch. End-to-end games, kids, I really do enjoy that, honestly. And I think the majority of parents and spectators should heed the warning there. Count to 10 if you think that you are going to start to shout at a referee. Think of REFspect. Think of me. Think of Don't Cross the Line. Because we're the CCTV of grassroots football. When we're there, nothing happens. But unfortunately, when you walk away, all hell could break loose towards a referee. Many a time I've been to a match, at a game, walked away, gone to the cafe, gone to the toilet, come back. Oh, you missed that then, man. I was murder then. And that's going for our volunteers as well. They all do. You think because everything's so quiet, it can break out at any moment, and that referee blows the whistle for probably the 10th time, that could ignite everything that we're talking about. And we don't want to hear that at grassroots football. We just want to see the kids enjoy football, the referees go home happy, they've enjoyed the game as well, the committees are happy, nothing's happened in that league, they can go home happy, they can do the fixtures for next week, no reports of aggressive behaviour, verbal abuse. Fantastic, that's what we want. And a massive mention as well to the North Liverpool JFL, Lostock Hall, and we know Sheffield and District Junior will be on board promoting the REFspect. Watch all social media. These are the clubs like the County FA who are supporting us, the Poole County FA, and we're sending the press release, we're sending the poster out to all county FAs, and any manager out there who thinks that their county FA should get behind it, you send the report. You ask me to send you the press release and the poster to forward it on and tell them to get behind the REFspect campaign, the Don't Cross the Line National REFspect campaign, because it's supporting and protecting our children and our referees. And that's what it's all about. That's the work that we do. Well, we come to the end of our Saturday show. We hope you enjoyed last night's. We did a show there. We recorded a show with Dan, young Dan, who's enjoying himself in Spain. Well done, Dan, and he's going to be back. And I'm hoping that everything's up and running. As you can see, we're getting so close now. It really is. With just one more shelf and put the mixer on, and then our tech expert can come in and let loose on the software, get everything done. And then we'll be on Spotify, Riverside FM, whichever it may be, but we'll be on something, so we can then do with the owl. Mr. Owl will be sitting in the front. We've got the webcam, we've got the camera that I'm talking to there, TXDL TV from the touchlines. Everything is about us and supporting your children playing the game, and our grandchildren as well, mine. I want them to be safe, I want them to be happy, and I want them to enjoy every moment of a game. You can do that too. Remember when you go out to that grassroots football pitch and you see the kids, and talk to all of your friends, all your neighbours who are going out to watch their children as well. Just say, do you know what, today we're going to get out and we're going to get our support right behind those kids and give them all the encouragement and applause that they deserve, because they're putting on a great show of football. And well done to that referee as well. Respect that referee. REFspect. Remember it, because we have a national REFspect awareness coming, starting on the 12th at Wembley Stadium, and the officials will be wearing our t-shirts during the warm-ups. Then we move on to the Derby game, the Premier League games, and then the following week on the 25th as well, and the midweek games. All the referees will be wearing our t-shirts in support of grassroots referees and the kids at grassroots football. You can't knock them for that. Thank you so much, the PGMO and especially the PFA, who support our t-shirts. Honestly, the people who are getting behind it brilliantly. We just need the whole country behind it, and we'll all make a difference then. So in the meantime, put your feet up, relax, enjoy the FA Cup. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll be back again tomorrow around about 4 PM. From myself, Mal Lane, all the team at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Heart of Gold initiatives, one step ahead on mental health. Remember that. Kids who are suffering with struggles, having struggles with mental health, you need to support them as well. And you can support them by not being verbally abusive on the sidelines of grassroots football. Enjoy the rest of the day and have a lovely Easter, and we'll see you tomorrow. Crack open those eggs, crack the jokes, and be supportive of the kids in tournaments as well, and the referees. We'll see you tomorrow. Cheerio for now.